Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday Mnvl Rocket League. Tis I, Skeptor, and joining me on the desk, my long-standing Rocket League mastermind here, Maniac. Good to see you, my friend, and happy to have you on the caster desk with me.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a little while, you know. I casted some Halo last season, working production now. I don't really get too much time to cast, but it's a pleasure to be on here.
For sure, man. I mean, you and I, we were talking about it just a second ago. We've been around since season 2 here of MNVL Rocket League. And I mean, how often do you see a switch up of the caster desk like this? We were just talking about it. I mean, week 1, it was Supersonic and Epiphany. Now it's me and you. We're still getting things worked out. I mean, obviously, duty calls. Supersonic had to trip out to Vegas. So hopefully all goes well for him. He'll be back very soon for you Rocket League V1 fans. So don't you worry. He's not going anywhere. Just had to take a brief hiatus for a week.
Mm,
But I
mm.
mean, we still got some great Rocket League games coming at you here today. Shakopee taking on Chisago Lakes. Both of these teams are 1-0 Maniac. We might not know a lot about their players, but we do know that they got off to the right foot in a very stacked Rocket League division here at the MNVL.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've never seen these players on stream. They're two new schools in our league, new schools in Rocket League. But yeah, like you said, coming out with a 1-0, especially considering some of the teams that are in this league, it
Right.
shows something. You know, it shows they can maybe swing. We'll have to see how this game ends up turning out, but hopefully at least one of these teams, if not both, can be able to kick it with the top.
Right. And I mean, with an opportunity standing on their doorstep, both of these teams have the opportunity to rise up and become somewhat of a contender, right? A 2-0 is much better than 1-1. We talk about how competitive it gets down the stretch when we get closer and closer to playoffs, right? And every single team is fighting for every win that they can get. They're hoping that the close teams are losing, right? I mean, everything plays into it at the end of the day. There's only so many spots at the LAN when it comes down to it. So Chisago Lakes and Shakopee are going to be fighting desperately to come out with a victory here in week number 2. I mean, there's no better way to start the season than going 2-0, right? I mean, you're just feeling good, looking good. So both these teams, big opportunity.
Yeah, I guess. But if you go 2-0, that means you're probably playing Burnsville next week. Uh,
Very likely.
so, you got that to deal with. And
Right.
speaking of Burnsville, we have them on game 2 as well, going up against Tonka. This is a different Tonka team than we saw last season and the season before. They came out in their first season of Rocket League, I believe, and managed to just barely win over Spring Lake Park in that amazing
Yep.
reverse sweep. And since then, they've had to rebuild every year. So we're seeing some familiar names. We have Odisk, who played sometimes last season. And then we also have Unstoppable, who I believe was on as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to see how they go up against this Burnsville squad.
Yeah, man, Burnsville is looking like their own problem in itself. The behemoth of the league right now. That team is just dangerous, right? You don't really want to get caught in their path, but with the Swiss format, if you're playing good, you're gonna run into those better teams, like you pointed out. I mean, so something that you're gonna have to keep in mind. But that, at the end of the day, right? You want to beat the best. You want to pull up to land. You're gonna have to play against them no matter what. So you might as well get a test and a feel for what the upper elite echelon level of gameplay is like, right? Like Burnsville's gonna offer you that. There's only a few handful of teams that have beaten them and bested them. Just last season, they lost out in the grand finals, and now Dorka and Keene looking to make that one right and come back here in this season. So, I mean, we're going to have to see how that plays out in game number 2. But right now, folks, I want to take a quick second to give a shout out to the one and only VERSION1. That is right, our primary sponsor here for MNVL. Guys, all of our players get to play for free because of VERSION1 sponsorship. So we cannot thank them enough. Now back to business. Rocket League, man, V1 at the top of NA, man. They just took the Fall Cup. You cannot make it up. Really looking like the best they have played in quite some time. I mean, you know what I mean? Beast Mode, Torment, and Calm have been dialed. They got the V1 merch in the new Rocket League store. Bro, you got to talk about that for a second, Maniac,
Yeah,
because
I
it's
mean,
fire.
so first, before we talk about the skins, Calm with the 20 demos on NRG in that
Nuts.
regional finals, amazing, fantastic. You never see better gameplay. And then taking Game 7 against Gen G, I watched it live, dude. Knowing those
Madness.
guys, yeah, it's a good day for NA. But yeah, we were talking about those decals before the stream. I mean, you rock that V1 decal, you go up 3 ranks. I guarantee it. It's happened to me. It's happened to Skep. You know, we get
Yeah,
that V1
somehow.
decal. The new ones as well. It's the same thing. It's just better. I mean, you just hit the ball faster.
Straight up, bro. The V1 buff is in. Hashtag V1 buff in Twitch chat. Let me hear it, bro, because it's real. All right. Coming from your casters, truly, and we would not lead you astray. But again, shout out to V1, and we thank them for their continued sponsorship here with Mnvl. Man, it's been a great partnership to have. And really, I mean, a top of the line professional esports organization. Nothing but the utmost respect for our crew over at V1. So, and we, continue to grow this community together. But here we are. I mean, moments away from game number 1, week 2, Rocket League action. Maniac, what are you kind of looking for between Shakopee and Chisago here? What's got to be the standout to kind of get the ball rolling and take game 1?
And get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
Um,
you like that?
yeah. I think so. Obviously, seeing as we haven't seen these teams play against each other, it's difficult to come up with strategies. So I
True.
think I'm going to be looking for things that I'm going to see for when they play against teams like Burnsville, right? So I want to see very tight rotations, which is something that you're going to need to have. You're always, we talked about it. We've talked about it off stream, how in twos, the ball gets hit over two, that's it.
Right.
And the thing is that that's not necessarily a problem with twos. It's just you need much quicker, much, I guess, slicker rotations to be
Yeah,
able to cover those sorts of things. So that I'm going to be looking for that. But the other thing twos lets you do is it lets you really mechanically flex because
for
you
sure.
players aren't going to be pre-jumping you and committing in the air because they can't really afford to do that. So I'm looking for incredible mechanics. If we see flip resets, double taps, the sorts of things that Burnsville showed us last week, that's going to be really important for any of these teams if they want to make it far in the league.
For sure. I want to go off your point there. You said that skill expression being able to be expressed, right? There's so much more open field to play around with only being 4 cars in total. So, I mean, it provides a lot more space. And Burnsville is loaded to the gills on mechanical prowess. I mean, we saw Keen, we saw Dorka setting each other up, just honestly playing with their food to a certain extent. And you got to wonder who's going to be able to play up to that level and who's going to be able to shut down those aerial plays that, I mean, Dorka was showing because, frankly, he's been at the top of the league, with Latumos no longer being here anymore. But that was like his most real competition in terms of, aerial flexibility that I've seen, frankly. So, I mean, right now, Dorka trying to be that uncrowned champion, if you will. So we'll have to see how that game plays out in number 2. Minnetonka going to have their hands full. But right now, I mean, again, you talked about rotations, right? Rotations got to be sharper. You can't be as loose. You can't be taking a long route back to the goal. I mean, we saw so many long ball goals. I was watching all the games last week. I didn't get a chance to cast, but I was watching them all. And that seemed to be like the biggest thing affecting teams' performance early on in the games. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. Shakopee and Chisago Lakes kicking it off here for Sunday Mnvl Rocket League action. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, Skep,
Early
I'm
shots.
not sure how I'm feeling about this map, to be honest.
This map's disgusting. We don't have to talk about it. And a nice early goal from the brick wall, and it's Shakopee getting it going off the rip, man. I mean, this is better than the farm. Okay, that's probably the only map that this is better than.
Yeah, but like that's a
Mic
low
drop.
bar. That is a low.
It's a low bar, very low bar, because the barn shouldn't even be in the game.
Yeah.
Take it out, Psionics. This is
Yeah,
coming from Skeptic, coming from the top.
Yeah.
Get it gone. Here we go. Opportunity. Brick wall. Drop
Setting up
pass.
his teammate.
Ooh, off the post. Okay,
Not
a
quite
little
able
bit of
to
a.
find it.
Yeah, I mean, he's rocking the optic decal for our homie Magic Bear. That's the only reason I would let it slide. But that's got to be the only reason you're repping that skin.
Yeah. Hey, there's
the V1.
decal.
There's a real one.
Hey.
Pterodactyl showing the V1 pride.
Ooh,
That's
brick
respect.
wall. Touch in the air, not able to find anything. Shako, maybe with the setup.
We're gonna have to
not
get.
able to find it.
We're gonna have to get Pterodactyl a V1 shirt or something. Ooh, Shako pulls up to the scene and gives Shakopee a 2-0 lead. Nice touch there. Dude, what is that? A Fennec? What is that car? No way. That is a weird car, right? I have not seen that
Battle
model.
Pass car. I genuinely don't know.
Because it looks like the Fennec, but it's definitely not. It's too like round.
It ain't the Nissan either. I don't know.
Twitch chat, if you got a reading on what model car that is from Shaco, please let us know. Shaco going back for 3! Man, goodness, man. Shakopee are getting off to the races here.
Yeah, this is looking really good for them. I like the mechanical play I'm seeing out of Brick Wall, but it does feel like there are some communication mistakes. I mean, we're seeing the good setups from Brick Wall, and Shaco's just been missing a few of these commits. So, you know, they're up 3, but I think they could be tighter.
Yeah, definitely going to have to see a little bit more team play coming out from Chisago Lakes right now. Ooh, unfortunate miss on that one now. Opportunity here. Nice shot coming through, and Brick Wall's got a wide open net to shoot at. It's so crucial and so much more harmful missing a ball like this in twos play. I mean, the rotation is just not going to come in time, and it's a free goal again for Shakopee as they continue to light it up here. 3:40 to play in game number 1.
Yeah, I think, man, Chisago, they're getting stuck in their defensive half. They need to get this ball out as quickly as possible, and they need to not be double committing like that. You see them both double commit on the challenge. Pterodactyl not there for the clear, and Shaka just punishes.
Yeah, man. I mean, just a free takeaway. Brick Wall punches it away from both the oncoming attackers from Chisago Lakes, and nobody back again to defend the goal. Shakopee just really showing like a hive mind tandem duo right here. They're moving together at all times. They're always looking for the pass over to one another, and they're setting each other up nicely, whereas Chisago Lakes have zero communication. They continuously are running into each other right now, going for the ball. So that's something that can easily be deterred and avoidable if you just communicate, right? Simple, I got it, mine or yours, you know, something along those lines. So just, I think, working out some kinks in their early week performance here, but a team like Shakopee is taking full advantage of that right now. No mercy, 6-0 lead. And I mean, game 1 looking well in favor of the blue squad.
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen Chisago. Anytime they get scored on, it's off the back of a double commit. We saw Pterodactyl with possession, and then he just gets rolled up on by his teammate. And you can't do that, especially in twos.
Yep, especially in twos.
We saw earlier the 5th goal, I believe. Both, again, Chisago double commit, and then Brick Wall won the 50, and there you go. That's the goal. And
good defense.
Yeah, this is looking better.
Oh, own goal maybe?
Shaco.
Oh, avoids it for a second there. Oh, Pterodactyl with the aerial. Okay. So some signs of life here.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good breakout, right? You gave it back and forth. You cleared your zone. Now chance at the goal step. Not going to happen. Shakopee's back on the hunt, though. Brick Wall can't get it around the defender.
The double fakes. Right.
Oh, here we go. This is trouble for Shakopee. I mean, for Chisago.
Shaco not able to find the ball.
Brick Wall, so easy for him, man. Tap up to himself. Defender not contesting quite early enough, and just a little bit faster play coming out from the Shakopee Sabres, man. Quicker to the loose ball, winning the races, not double committing Maniac and working off each other very nicely. So Chisago Lake's going to have to do a reset going after game 1 here. Going to have to talk and think about what went wrong and what they can just do from a base communication standpoint. Because, you know, like you said, the double committing and then just sometimes not going is just comes down to a communication thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And twos is where it's like more so required. There's not that extra car that we talked about in the pregame. There's so much more extra space, and you get exposed like a sore thumb. Yellow trying to go forward.
Stopped by Brick Wall. Brick Wall to Shaco. Shaco not finding the reception. Now Pterodactyl's just trying to keep it awkward in the corner. Brick Wall off the ceiling. That could have been something, but turned away by Yellow.
Shaco now giving it a go, trying to kick it off the back wall. Nice ball out front, not going to find his teammate, but stealing the boost, man. Starving out this Chisago Lake squad. How much longer can they survive?
That was an odd touch. Only things you'll get in a breakout.
Yeah.
Not grabbing the boost.
Getting around one defender. But Brick Wall going to take that to the house, man. It's just too easy right now for Shakopee, man.
Yeah.
Starving out the defense, Yellow goes for a good break, gets past one defender, but in the end of the day, right, out of boost at that point, and it's just a free takeaway. And then Brickwall takes it all the way to the goal and puts it away. 9-0 lead. Shakopee showing dominance. Just over a minute of play left in game number 1. And the Sabres have found their meal here in game number 1, man. My goodness. 10-0.
Oh, no.
And counting.
Yeah, on that last goal, you saw Pterodactyl not able to get up to Brickwall's air dribble because Pterodactyl overcommit going for the corner boost. If he had stayed back wall or stayed back post, he would have been able to stop that goal, and we would have, we would have been down an additional 2, or Chisago would have been down an additional 2. But
Brickwall was coming flying in there, trying to make it 11. 50 seconds now. Pterodactyl trying to get it out of his zone, but the brick wall not allowing any bits of wow. No way he was trying that.
Yeah,
why not? Why not?
Yeah, you're up 10. I think you go for a little sauce.
A little pizzazz.
Yeah.
Into the corner now. 30 seconds remain here. Chisago Lakes trying to hold on, trying to avoid 11, but it's inevitable, man. The team bump coming out from his mate as well. Look at this.
Yeah, this is cool.
Takeaway.
He goes out for the Doomsy dish, gets a flip reset, and then the pool shot.
Punch standing from his boy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good work and a good look coming out from the Sabres here. But these are the kind of matchups that we're talking about, Maniac, right? It's still, both these teams find a 1-0, but, I mean, you still see the levels that are shown here in the Rocket League division. And let me tell you something, right? This Shakopee team could be argued to be if they're in top 5, right? There's still a lot of good schools out here, and it is always a contest, right? Every single week it gets tougher and tougher to play in the Rocket League division. So we'll have to see how Shakopee continues. It is game 1 at the end of the day, so there's always room for a bounce back and improvement, but I mean utter domination coming out from Shakopee in game 1.
Yeah, I think Chisago, if they want to win this, they're going to have to look like a completely different team in the next couple games. I mean,
it's 13, crossbar again, and luckily, I mean, the third man finally shows up to play goalie for Chisago. They needed it at the end there, getting away from 13 against, but in the end of the day, man, it was those double commits, completely killed any kind of early game that Chisago Lakes could have formed. Shakopee was all over them from start to finish, and also, those whiffs, they kind of get zoomed in with a magnifying glass on them when you're playing twos, because there isn't that third man to rotate in and pick up maybe a missed ball or something that's open. It's just direct and immediate punishment dished out from the Sabres, man. What do you got for me after game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really double commit after double commit after double commit that was costing Chisago goals. We saw when they spread out, when they actually started rotating, started playing Rocket League, then it looked a little more even. I mean, Shakopee still definitely had the upper hand, but we saw some good looks. But then they just got back together, and then they double commit, and then they got scored on again and again and again. And right. I think Chisago, they're really going to have to start communicating, or else this is just going to be an easy 3-0 for Shakopee.
Yeah, man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it seems like more Shakopee storms are coming the way of Chisago Lakes, so they're going to have to batten down the defensive hatches and start really dialing in on that communication, focusing on one person going at a time, one person kind of staying back, right? Maybe not used to it, right? Still getting the feel for that twos play, because, I mean, threes, it is a completely different ball game, for real. Sorry, Manak. I'll stop soon. I promise.
You're just
can't help myself.
It's just too easy. It's just
too easy, man. The ball jokes are they're here and they're aplenty. My goodness.
Yeah. And so as we get into this game 2, I think Chisago, they really need to change something up. I mean, switch it to an Octane, switch it to Mnvl, get your head in the game, take a swig of your Red Bull, and just
get back to business, right? Get back to carball, for real. Yep. That's what it's got to be. They got to simplify the game a little bit. They got to not give so much respect to, you got to be fearless, but fearless as one man contesting, right? Play the 50s for how they're meant to be played. Early ball control, don't tell me.
Oh, the Merc.
Good defense.
No, the Merc.
Hey, why not? Maybe something had to change, and this is the play call. coming out. Is that the tow mater truck? What is that thing in the back? Or are they both repping the Merc?
They're both. That's a titanium white Merc for Pterodactyl. I got one of those in the garage.
What about yellow?
Yellow?
My goodness.
I don't know, man. But Brick
They're
Wall
both
scored.
rocking some big boy trucks. Look at that thing. It doesn't look like the Merc unless it is. Brick Wall scored. I mean, oh, it is the Merc.
Yeah,
there it is.
The
With a sombrero. Oh my goodness, the double Merc. I think you called this a long time ago in like an all-star game. We said it was going to become the new meta, and it never ended up happening. So
here we go.
Maybe this is the time.
The
Ooh,
off the crossbar.
Brick Wall. We get denied, and now yellow. Bringing the sombrero out. I mean, this is already more touches they've gotten on the ball here in game 2 than I believe they did in game 1. So maybe the Mercs are the difference maker.
Yeah, you know, they aren't. They're only down.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Custerkers. Man, look at that. That's all off the back of Shako, though. You know what I mean? That's, again, 2 defenders in the corner. Nobody's out front to deal with the guy that's going to take the shot. So
yep.
It's still a same issue being shown.
Yeah, I mean, Mercs, they 50, you know? And if Chisago just lets one defender go out in 50 and keeps the other back in net, they don't get scored on there. They just need to be communicating. And past one, Brick Wall can't find something.
Good defense.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you want to see, Chisago.
Now here we go. Yellow's cutting in front. So that's the we're seeing it now. We're seeing it. That cut. Oh, Shako all alone. Goaltender to beat. Another touchdown below. I mean, what? How does he have that much time to gather himself and get another shot off, man? Needs Pterodactyl, a nice touch off the post. Oh, that landing was beautiful. That's what it is, man. That landing, insta rollout from Shako. Beautiful car placement. Getting himself back into position to get his own rebound. So really coming down and showing the mechanics right there, right?
Yep.
Like that's just perfect landing.
Pterodactyl found himself in a bad position after the trying to save it the first time, bounced off of the post, and there's no recovering from that, especially not in a Merc.
Dude, that is like, tis the season to be jolly kind of Merc, and I think we're not even at Halloween, so I'm gonna have to call in a take it easy on that one.
Yeah, man. The most you get is the Reaper goal explosion, nothing more.
There you go. Ooh, Pterodactyl! Open net! And look at that. Chisago is on the board. They found a way, man, and it's via the Merc. Good 50 to go for and a beautiful touch for Pterodactyl. We saw him finding quite a good amount of touches in game 1, but nothing was really going his way. But here now, cutting it to a 2-goal lead. It's still a game if Chisago Lakes can manage to find another one here. Ooh. Keep it competitive. Yellow can't miss this ball, though.
Yeah, a bit of an overcommit.
He did.
Shako just...
And that's what it is, man. We just talked about it. If you both miss on the ball, you're getting scored on. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Especially in twos, man. It's just an unforgiving game mode now. You know? One miss, you're lucky. 2 misses, it's in the back of your net.
Mm-hmm. Pterodactyl really went for a touch he didn't have to go for. Trying to jump off of the bottom corner of the wall.
Good defense from Pterodactyl. Another shot, though, from the brick wall. My goodness, man. It seems as though that Shakopee shots, even when they don't go in, are in positions where they're so easily gatherable and, you know, like a putback, if you will. Rebounds are coming instantly. It is the Honda Civic. Look at that thing. We just saw the logo on it from Shako.
Wow, there you go.
The Honda Civic.
Man, I haven't played the game since that car came out, so...
Oh, you're good, man. I'm not blaming you. Listen, it does look like a normie car, though. I won't lie, so it makes sense.
Looks like a Honda Civic, man. Looks like that's something I drive. Shako.
Oh, goodness, man. These Mercs are... Oh, the patience!
Ouch.
That one stings, man. We're feeling that one up in the booth.
Yeah, Shako really didn't have to do it to him.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch. Oof.
And Chisago Lakes are letting themselves know in the game chat there. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just can't be real.
You know,
levels. There's levels to the Rocket League division here at Mnvl, and
Yep.
this is level 2. And right now, Chisago Lakes do not meet the entry level fee because these
Yeah.
mercs are not going to cut it, my friend. The league's gotten too good for this kind of play to be, this is what's going to happen, man. We're still new to twos, so we're still getting a feel for this. But right now, Rocket League has gotten to a point and a level of play where if you don't meet that kind of minimum standard, you're just kind of going to get blown out in some of these games, and that's just what we're seeing.
Yeah, definitely. I think Chisago, they're going to need to go back into training and really figure some stuff out. They're going to need to figure out their comms and work on some of those overcommits that we're seeing on their defensive line. They're really going for stuff in the back line that they do not have to go for. And that's putting them out of position, and that's leading to Shakopee getting all these goals. I am happy to see there are fewer double commits in this game, but still got more things to figure out.
Yeah, no, they're working on it a little bit. But yeah, mainly communication probably. Nice shot from Breckwell, man. He does it. He does that.
The musty flick?
For sure. He's been doing a great job of gathering the ball and carrying it on top of the car. Yeah, that musty flick was dirty.
Yeah.
Beating the goaltender. All game long, my goodness, man. Shakopee has been showing out. Game 2 of this best of 5, and another to go. It's off the post.
And
Thankfully, the third man coming out. Chisago Lakes needs it. They need that third man. Pterodactyl trying to get something going. Go for that aerial. He's had a good couple balls going for it aerial wise. I'd like to see him just keep committing. Right? He's shown that he has it. Being able to go up and contest.
Yeah, you can definitely
50 now.
You can see that neither of the players on Chisago really have the confidence to go for aerial plays.
Like that. He's come out like 3 for 3 on his aerial touches like that. Pterodactyl, if you go back and watch this VOD, please commit more for these aerial plays, man. You're getting good touches.
Yep.
If you hesitate, that's the killer, man. That's the killer in this game. The millisecond of hesitation means you lose the 50 race. Seriously. You just got to go for it. And another good ball going the way of Shakopee. Another 9 goals put up here. They're trying to get to double digits. I don't know if they're going to. 20 seconds on the clock. We'll have to see. Pterodactyl losing out off the kickoff. Shako quicking it up.
Ooh,
that's in a dangerous spot, and it's 10-1. It's just too easy, man. Shakopee are out here.
Yep. Pterodactyl needs to find a better touch there.
Got to put it to the corner.
Yep, he just set up Rick Wall.
Those have been like half the goals from Shakopee have been rebounds, fast rebounds, whether it's off of a touch, whether it's off of a post, or it's just the second shot to come through. Shakopee have been relentless on pressuring this goal. As time is going to come winding down.
That'll be it, 10-1. Unless Brick Wall has something. Catches it.
Uh-oh.
Shako. Miller's just trying to stop it.
Uh-oh.
Brick Wall has it.
Back on the head, good. Kicks it off the top of the car. Well played as we get through game number 2. And man, oh man, dude, this Shakopee team is tearing it up. 2-0 right now. Chisago Lakes still not finding an answer here through 2. So, I mean, do you go back to the garage and change up the car? I don't really think that's going to save you at this point.
Hey, maybe a V1 decal,
Maybe a V1 decal, but we saw Pterodactyl had it on the Dominus game 1, and what did it do for him?
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yep,
V1
but they both got to run it. I think they both got to run it. Yeah. The Octane, that'd be nice. We'll have to see. Chisago Lakes, though, the biggest thing is don't keep your head held high. I know it's hard. 2 really tough games back to back, but just try to put back against the wall here, right? Down 2-0. Just got to go for it. Don't really, care about going for that commitment on the aerial play. As long as it's one guy in, one guy back, right? It's just got to be that communication coming through. And for Shakopee, I think it's going to be more of the same, right? I mean, just continuation of playing off each other and going for the takeaways. I mean, they've been 60-something, 70 ball percentage, right? Like it's been heavily in favor of Shakopee.
Yeah, absolutely. Chisago, they need to, They found better rotations, and now they need to find confidence in their mechanics, and I think they could do something. I'd still put this series in Shakopee, but we'll see what they can do. And Shaka just starting off 6 seconds in, we have a goal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That is that's the Shakopee way. All series long, they have been coming at it from start to finish. It only takes them 6 seconds to get the scoring going here in game number 3. And dude, this Shakopee team is showing some dominance.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see them go up against some of the heavy hitters we have in our league.
For sure, nice pass play. Wide open goal, man. Nobody home.
If I'm gonna be honest, Skep, I don't know if this Shakopee team stands up to Burnsville. Right, we're seeing they have problems. They have we saw communication problems. We've seen mechanical problems. Not that it stopped them here, but against a team like Burnsville will punish them for that. I'm interested to see them play against some of our teams like Rogers or teams like St. Louis Park that might be a little bit more even with them, and see if they could secure maybe top 3 in the league. It'll be interesting.
I mean, I'll say something to that. I don't think almost any team is quite to the Burnsville level of play, right? That is something that comes with years of playing in Mnvl, years of playing against players that are considered better than you and learning, right? It takes time and growth. It's very rare to show up in a league as deep and talented as Mnvl and come out and be a champion in your first opening season, right? So Shako and the brick wall having a great series here. But is it going to be enough to stand up to the Titans of Mnvl? That is a question that we're going to have to save for a future week, Maniac.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, yeah, you talk about Burnsville not really having competition. Their only competition in the past has been Spring Lake Park, and then sort of Rogers. I mean, Rogers is a very threes-based team, though. Their rotations are what won them games. So now, with Spring Lake Park having graduated and Rogers stuck in the twos, I mean, Burnsville is looking like an easy pick for favorite for this entire league. So it's going to be interesting if we see any of these other top teams, try to upset the current uncrowned king.
We'll have to see, man. I'm not going to count the Rogers champs out yet because, granted, it is a 2 squad, but the 2 that are still on that squad are very good, man. Ren and Blue are 2 of the coldest players that I've seen throughout Rocket League, man. They went back-to-back for a reason, right? That Rogers team was so good. Or, sorry, not back-to-back, but that Rogers team was so good, man. Like, when they came onto the scene, broke out, won the chip, I mean, like, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculously good. So, I'm still going to have to wait to see how they play in the 2s format. I really want to see how Ren and Blue look together. But other than that, man, the rest of the pool, I think, takes a slight dip after that because those 2 teams are going to really stand out to me right now as the baddest duos around.
Yeah, I know a lot of those top teams, they play with each other. You know, it's a pretty close-knit community towards the top of Rocket League. And so I know they've definitely been practicing. I mean, I'm always going to look out for my SLP boys, but Oakwin and Cloudy, we've seen them come out well in our threes games last season.
Oh, Shako.
I know they're grinding that twos, so I'm looking forward to seeing them play against some of the top teams.
Dude, look at that pass. I mean, I will give credit to Shakopee. Some of their passing plays look very gifted so far. Like, it is car to car. It is perfect. Neither one of these players is having to change their pathing to go and grab this ball. I mean, they're setting each other up nicely. So the passing, honestly, I think is one of my big highlights that I'm seeing from the Shakopee Sabres team so far.
Yeah, there you go, just like that. Shako needs to find those, needs to find the back of the net, but the pass was really nice. And there you go, another stupendous pass. Maybe the double touch, and he'll find it.
So yeah, I mean, clearly just a skill gap right now between these 2 squads, but Shakopee has makings to be a contender. I'm going to say it right now. Right, we'll see what the ceiling is come later on in the season and come some of the other teams that we were just talking about, right? There's other contenders too. along the lines. I believe, I don't know if it was Matamidi or Breck, but one of those schools seemed like they were up and coming last season's tournament. So we'll have to stay put, man, because there's always that upset factor too here with the MNVL Rocket League. There are teams that rise and they get better and better throughout the season, and they come into it as a dark horse, right? We aren't talking about them, we aren't giving them their dues, and then they show up. And it sounds like Maniac's going to say SLP is going to be the dark horse. So go ahead,
I
though.
guess
Go
we'll
ahead.
see. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm just thinking about Minnetonka Spring Lake Park in
Right.
their first seasons, right?
Yep.
Um, Thinking about Rogers, thinking about even Egan going into state
Egan
finals.
could be good too. Yep, Egan could be good. Let's not count Egan out.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of good schools still, man.
Um, yeah, Irondale looked good last week. I know.
Yep.
I've seen some of the Irondale players play MNCS, so we'll see. But
Yeah, I mean, and right now Shakopee is trying to etch their name in as one of those next in line contenders. So interested to see how it plays out in the next coming weeks. But right now, almost certainly closing out here with a 3-0 over the likes of Chisago Lakes. The passing has been superior, the rotations, and just the gameplay.
yeah,
Good setup here.
absolutely.
Good defense from
Ooh.
Pterodactyl, but with 1 minute 20 on the clock, almost just waiting to get out of this one.
Yeah, unfortunately. 8-0, there's not too much you can do. Nice pass. Stopped by Yellow. And Shako grabbing the back boost, hitting it up. Looking for some sort of aerial look. It's going to be difficult to find something there. Yellow with a whiff, but backed up by Pterodactyl. Brick wall, off the wall. Maybe to himself. But finds the bump, but doesn't find the ball. Doesn't find the net. Jocko,
Good
winning the
ball.
50. Set up for brick
Oh,
wall.
Set up, easy
That's
money. He defended it, bro. That's unreal. All right, keep the
Burning
clock
time.
running.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep the clock running. Nothing wrong with that, honestly. Opportunity, good denial from Pterodactyl. Trying to play it back. Let's see if Chisago can get one to go here. That's the goal. Full boost here. Pterodactyl goes up, sets it up. Where are you at? Yellow come through. Just a little bit late on the follow-up. Now back the other way. Shako trying to kick this one out front. Nice and easy, man. And that's what it's been. It's been the 1-2 punch all series long. And here it is again. One more time, just so everybody can clip it. There it is, man. Shako and the brick wall showing they have what it takes in terms of a duo setup to get that entry level fee, right? It is paid, and the Shakopee Sabres have punched a ticket to 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like it. And maybe another. Shako stopping it, but brick wall putting it back in.
My goodness. Why not one more to go, man? Why not double digits for a third or second time, rather?
Not third time.
Third time they got it all three? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yep, they did. Yep. 30 plus goals in 3 games, man. That is nutso coming out from Shakopee.
Yeah. Chisago, they really need to go back and watch the VOD. They need to work out their communication issues, their confidence issues. But, like you said, teams that come into the league have a very difficult time just coming in and, performing well. We've seen a few teams do it, but it's rare. So
Yep.
Chisago, I mean, even if they don't end up performing this season, they still have many more seasons, right? There's still years of MNVL to be played for a squad like this. So, if they watch this and they take it with a good mindset, right? With saying, yeah, we got destroyed here. We're going to take this. We're going to learn. We're going to push. Maybe come next season, they could be a top contender.
Well, I'll tell you something too. I mean, the good thing about it, right, is it's a Swiss format, so they're going to be playing against a team that's 1-1 next week, right? So, it tries to keep it to a similar level of play, right? To a similar level of how your season's going at least. So we'll see. Maybe they bounce back, right? They do the VOD work. They listen to kind of what we were talking about a little bit. They work on some of those communications, those double commits, and then it's solved, and they look much cleaner and better for next weeks to come. So we'll have to see how they do. Folks, for now, we are going to get ready and take a quick break. We still have one more game coming up, so don't go anywhere. We have Burnsville and Minnetonka coming up after the break. More Rocket League soon. Stay tuned. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mnvl Rocket League action on this very nice Sunday out, man. Go ahead and touch some grass after the broadcast today, guys, because I mean, there's not many days left where it's going to be this sunny and gracious outside. We live in a cold and cold, sad state,
Yeah,
Minnesota, man. So it
cold,
gets
heartless, awful state.
yeah, it gets kind of dark out there. So, enjoy it while you can. But for now, we got another ball-in game here. We got Burnsville taking on Minnetonka, dude. These are two very experienced and very solid Rocket League teams we have at MNVL, man. This should be a very good matchup we have on our hands.
Yeah, definitely. We talk about Burnsville quite a lot. We'll just mention them real quick. Basically, the favorites for the league. They haven't won a championship, but they've gotten really close and they've looked very good doing it. So
Right.
coming out there, absolutely our pick for the top of the league right now. Um, Tonka, we've seen come out and do something. They ended last season top of their division, or sorry, season before that, top of their division. They had good showings last season. And so this Tonka team, while maybe not up to a Burnsville caliber, is still definitely a potential contender.
For sure, right? I mean, we that's something that we're going to keep talking about, right? Is a Burnsville level of play is like meaning that you're a team that could potentially make it to the grand finals, right? And look to take home this whole thing because that's just frankly the level of play that you're going to have to be at. Folks, before we get into this second and final match of the day, I want to give a quick shout out to V1 guys. They have been with MNVL for quite some time now. All of our players get to play for free thanks to version 1. And they also have some awesome initiatives going on over at version 1. Stuff like Vibe Squad, entry level for esports. They got the community, which is a scholarship program. They also have Visionaries, which is helping employ and get females more initiated into esports and, creating opportunities all around. Version 1 has been an awesome partner. And I mean, we treat them like family over there, and they treat us like family. So, very happy to be continued and supported from version 1. But Dorka is starting it out early, and I don't know how I feel about this new gamer tag.
This is an alt. He has like eight different accounts, all with names like this. You can tell he's rocking the BDS decal, and there's no way Dorka rocks that on his main. Unstoppable?
Yeah, man, what a start.
Yeah. Keen's going for the demo, and uncharacteristic whiff by all of Burnsville and Minnetonka. You can just see how much faster this game is already. Dorka going for the aerial. Keen's with the demo, and...
Ooh, double tap, not gonna land.
Tap.
Nice ball from Unstoppable, now clearing it the length of the field. Dorka trying to track this one down.
Unstoppable
nice
beating out Dorka. Keen's on the clear. A little miscommunication, it looks like, from Burnsville. Keens will take it.
Is Dorka rocking a Space Station Gaming? Not Space Station. That's BDS, right?
BDS,
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I know what I'm talking about, I promise. It was I promise.
Okay.
Looking like an imposter for a second there. I just said the wrong name, like legit. I know what Space Station is. Black and gold, they got the little helmet.
Yep.
Yeah. We're good. Don't flame me, Twitch chat.
Is that BDS or is that Oxygen?
What, that one?
The one Dorka's rocking.
Dude, no, it's BDS.
Yeah, it's BDS. I'm just
yeah. You're trying to test me.
Hey, Unstoppable with a goal off the rip.
Dude, nice ball.
Yeah.
Going up top and a great follow-up.
Good setup for O-Disc, and Keen's just not quite there. That's what you like to see from Tonka.
That was a really good goal coming out from Minnetonka.
Yeah, I like that.
A tough one to get against a team like Burnsville, but the fact that they're scoring a goal like that kind of makes me confident that this is going to be a hard-fought series. It's going to be tough to beat Burnsville, but good defense as well. Unstoppable has been a player that has gotten better. A prime example of a player that has grown over the course of his Rocket League tenure so far here at MNVL. Gotten better every single time I've seen him play. And I remember the name.
Yeah, we saw him come out, I believe, first season Minnetonka joined, and, he wasn't putting up numbers, and now he's playing clean. got the clean car to match as well. So
Well, he played under a player the likes of Saber, if I'm not mistaken, who was
yeah,
like,
probably.
you know, only had one season in Mnvl, but was probably one of the best Rocket League players we've had in the league. So shout out to Saber, former Mnvl state champ. The craziest reverse sweep I think we're ever going to see in Mnvl. I don't think it's going to get bigger than that, dude. An undefeated team going undefeated all season long and then getting to the grand finals and then getting reverse swept by Minnetonka. I mean, off of an unreal MVP performance from Saber, dude. Like, I remember it like in the back of my, like it's the back of my hand. Like, seriously, absolute absurdity. Anyways, back to the game at hand, man. Back to the game at hand. We'll save that for an MNVL talk show.
Yeah. Put together a podcast. That's the next journey.
Skep, your podcast is coming soon.
Dorka, off the wall, looking for a double touch. Turned away by Otis.
Like this ball from Keynes, set up for himself, trying to regather now. Beats one defender to the corner. Kicks it back out front. Opportunity now. Dorka.
Dorka on the
patient. Oh, the timing. He had him beat by, I believe, almost a second there if Dorka fully committed, but he thought he was going to get dunked. So opted to play out. Good ball from Odis, now trying to clear it out of the zone. Minnetonka have an opportunity to tie this thing up. They cannot give Burnsville a 2-goal gap here. They got to find the next one. Otherwise, game one could be leaning heavily in the favor of Burnsville. But now, Dorka loading up on the boost. An aerial strike almost certainly to follow. But look at that defense from Odis. The
pre-jump from Odis off the ceiling. That's what you like to see. Dorka is not used to getting pre-jumped, and man, I am here for it.
Demo coming out for good measure. Dorka now clearing it the length of the field, trying to track this one down on a 1-on-2. Good ball from Odis. Plays it back to the corner side now. Keen's going to kick it up off the back wall. Dorka down back to him. No shot set up. 1 minute remains of play here in game number one. And our blood's starting to pump a little bit on the desk. Unstoppable kicks it too deep into the corner now. Odis going to have to gather and try to set back up, but Dorka on the pressure.
Unstoppable. Kicks it out mid. This is good. Keynes.
Good ball. Odis wide open. Ties it up. Oh my days. It is Minnetonka Blue making it happen and making the plays.
Yeah. Keynes really just hesitated on his commitment, and that cost them that goal. I'm hearing the flame come out from Dorka in their Discord right now.
Dude. What a remarkable goal found from Minnetonka there. 35 seconds of play left. Dorka now on the doorstep. Good denial. Unstoppable going, Odis going quite aggressive on that. Dorka fake. Goes again and has a wide open top corner, man. Good fake coming out from the experienced vet.
Yeah, slowing it down, letting Keynes go for the demo or go for the bump and beating
perfect shot. Just perfect shot.
Yep. And that's Burnsville recollecting, saying, okay, no overtime. Let's get back on form.
Here we go.
Dorka looking for another.
Good
way by
ball.
Unstoppable. Really good
15 seconds now. 15 seconds now. If Tonka are going to bring it, they got to go now. 10 seconds and counting. Ooh, a little bit of a miscomm. Dorka trying to grab it now. Beats a couple defenders, burning out that clock nicely. The pinch can't quite fully get it, and a touchdown. And Burnsville walk away with a very close 3-2 game one over Minnetonka. So, I mean, if that says anything, you know, I believe last week, last week they just had a strong showing through all three games. It was Egan that slowed down after game one. Yep. But for Burnsville here, you know, coming out with a 3-2 victory over Tonka, you got to be feeling like, all right, we're going to have to step it up a little bit. You know, that's our warm-up. We're kind of getting a feel for it. Tonka, I think the big thing is coming out early and trying to find that first goal, right? Try to set the tempo.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pleasantly surprised to see the level of play we're getting out of Tonka. I mean, yeah, Burnsville won that game, but it was close. And maybe in this next game, this game two, we can see Tonka take one back.
That would be very nice for Minnetonka fans everywhere and the players. But right now, I don't think Burnsville have being that kind in mind.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
The demos would speak otherwise, right? We haven't seen this amount of demo play since probably, dude, Spring Lake Park. Dorka and Keynes taking a bit of play out of their book. You know, the team that bested them last championship and adding it to their scene, man. This Burnsville Blaze squad is going to be quite dangerous, man. We talked about it, and I know we already sound like broken records, but it's something that just happens, man. You know, teams that are this good, they've earned the kind of praise that they get on the desk. And now Minnetonka trying to battle the three-headed beast. Or two-headed beast,
Ooh,
I suppose I should say now, since it's duos.
Yeah, we talk about those demos. Demos have always been sort of, I don't want to say niche, but different Rocket League strategy. And we've seen in RLCS as well, the teams that can master demos really can completely upset and shake up any of the more dominant traditional teams. Teams like our own V1.
Oh, yeah.
Dorka going for flip reset.
Dorka.
Ooh, fakes the flip reset, takes it down and scores it.
It's just foul play, man. Anytime you see Dorka slow it down like this and he's coming at the goal, you just hope for the best. It was a great try of defense, right? Perfect card placement, but Dorka just a little bit sneakier, carrying the ball all the way down back to the floor and dropping it in, man.
Yep.
An artist.
Yeah.
What he's doing out here.
Oh,
disc. Great defense as well. Oh, almost puts it top corner. Good tries coming out from Odisc now, challenging, but Keen's bringing it back down the field and gonna find an open goal, man. And this is just the difference, right? Burnsville have it on both ends of the field. Two crazy good defensive efforts, and then it's just biting off a little bit more, right? Maybe not against Burnsville, you get away with that. Minnetonka, they get back and make a save, but against Burnsville, they're gonna punish you to the most and best of their abilities.
The double fake on the kickoff, I like it. Keens.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
Yeah, doing a little.
Here we go. Ooh, good
monkey
ball from Dorka. A takeaway. Tonka now in trouble. This is not a zone they are comfortable in at all. Burnsville playing it at their tempo. Dorka now back to Keens, played to the corner. Burnsville trying to set up another striking opportunity. Good ball pass though. Unstoppable trying to track it. Can't find it. Now Otis, good shot look, just a little bit high. And now opportunity from Dorka. This could be trouble. Wide open goal, and it's just in there. Yeah, man, that's just the way it's going to be played, right? This is how the play should go, right? Minnetonka will get a scoring opportunity, and if they can't capitalize, I see no reason why Burnsville wouldn't bring it down the field and put it in the back of the net every single time, right?
Absolutely.
That's how good of a twos team this squad is.
Yep, this is Burnsville looking like how Burnsville should be looking. You know, last game, that was a fluke. This is Burnsville.
And I think fluke is a strong word because I don't want to discredit Minnetonka. They had plenty of good defensive looks. It's just that the rotations and the play is just to a level that is still just a little bit higher than what Minnetonka's got right now. Keens and Dorka have played together for 2, if not 3-ish years now, right? They've gone through a while of being teammates, and this is the kind of synergy that you see. It is built through seasons. It is not overnight. And a nice shot coming out from Unstoppable. Minnetonka cut it to a 3-goal lead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's still moments of life, and Minnetonka is still a good squad, but overall, right, Burnsville still just kicking it to a higher level.
Hey, I mean, 2-12 is definitely enough time to get 3.
For sure.
Goals happen like that, so I wouldn't count them out.
I've seen too many comebacks to count a team out. I just know how difficult it would be to pull it off against a team like as good as this Burnsville squad. Going for 2 demos, they're not going to find it. Dorka going aerial, and now Keen's an opportunity to bring it back downfield. Good ball here in a setup and in the splash. I think Keen's has been running the splash goal explosion for every season as well, if I'm not mistaken. Like, we could go back and look at the VODs. I'm pretty sure that's always been his goal explosion, so that's kind of sick too. Trademarked.
Like Battle Pass Season 3, it became tryhard as soon as it got put in the game.
Yep. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a nice goal. Unstoppable, or O-Disc, sorry. Looking for something. Dorka. Off the ceiling.
Giveaway. And this is not a player you want to give the ball away to. Good pressure from Keens, and now going back the other way.
Net.
Yep, that's a goal.
There you go. Hey, you know, life in the Tonka Blue.
Down 3, 135 to play. Tricky, I will say. Very tricky if they're bringing this one back.
Definitely. They need to be finding this aggressive, finding this fast. I like what they were going for when we saw them down in the Burnsville side before the fifth goal. Oh, unfortunate.
Means making
Rough
it a
touch from
4-goal game,
Unstoppable.
man. Yeah. And when you need something to go back your way, it does not. Unstoppable tries to kick it out, but leaves it right on cue. And in that slot position, and Keynes puts it away. And now it seems very difficult.
Yup. Yeah, 6 goals is... Doesn't matter how far you're down, 6 goals is
Too many.
about where you call it, yeah.
Too many goals against.
Slows it down. The team bump, pushing O'Disk onto the offense. Unstoppable. Gets a pass Keynes. Pass Dorka as well.
You track this down and play off of it. Not going to find that last touch now. As Burnsville starting to turn up the heat. 1 minute remains.
Oh,
The Blaze going to find one more going back against them. Lead cut back in half. Down 3 with 54 to play, man. And I don't think it's likely, but if Tonka could pull it back right now, it would be quite ridiculous. I think the percentage has got to be like 5% or lower, though, to be...
Yeah. Yeah. Unstoppable. Aerial.
50
Looking for
seconds.
something. If he doesn't get
This is a
challenged
good
here...
look. Good
There we
takeaway
go.
from Keynes, though. O'Disk now. Dorka keeping it low. O'Disk trying to gather, setting up Unstoppable. Winning out on the 50. Got to get this one in the back of the net quickly now.
Ooh, the
Dorka
demo.
finds a demo, though. That's tough.
Yeah, that demo might have just spelled it.
30 seconds now, just under. Ball out front. Not going to find it there. But just slowing down, right? Dead time, 20 seconds. Almost certainly done. Good
And
ball
Keynes will
out front.
find another
and
for the
Keynes,
road.
man, look at that. That's the weight room showing through right there for Keynes.
Just smacking it past, yes.
Boom. Contested for almost like a full second right there on the goal line. 7-3, and Burnsville looking to 2-0 right now, putting themselves to match point and only 1 game away from closing out here, guys. This has been a good series. Game 1 much closer than Game 2, but Burnsville showing everybody that they are that team.
I am liking how Tonka's looking, though. You know, I mean, yeah, sure, Burnsville came out. Burnsville dominated. That's what Burnsville does. But this is a pretty good showing for Tonka and is a good sign for them going into the rest of the season playing against teams that aren't Burnsville.
For sure. For sure. Right. Tonka has looked good. They've had plenty of good moments. But frankly, you know, those times, like we said, right, where they aren't getting that goal, maybe they would make it back in time against a regular team, or they would, you know, be able to make an opportunity on the save. But overall, it's just not going their way. It has been going the way of Burnsville this whole series. So we'll have to see if Game 3 shakes up at all. But right now, Burnsville are poised to 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what Burnsville does. I mean, we've seen them traditionally as well. In Game 1, they may go down a little bit or maybe a little closer, and then they find themselves and they get their groove back, and then they dominate in the rest of the series. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing. You know, Burnsville's riding that win, riding off the 2 wins, right? Their energy's high.
Shot.
Tonka, I mean, doesn't matter how good your mental is, going down 2 is still going to be rough. So they're really going to have to find something here.
Good ball from
I have
Dorka.
faith in Tonka. Like, there's definitely a chance. But it's going to be a tough battle to come out against this Burnsville squad.
Dorka playing so conserved right there. Like, not
Ooh.
overexerting himself. Good
That's
ball,
open.
take away O'Disk, going to
That'll be
send
in.
it back and going to find the first one of game number 3. Minnetonka have found a way to get the scoring on their side of things early, and that has to bode well for the remainder of this game number 3. And their chances at pushing things to a game 4, Maniac.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 4-14, first goal. First goal's great, but Burnsville definitely aren't gonna let that slide. Minnetonka are gonna have to play some of the best Rocket League they've ever played if they want to take it to a game 4.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, showing good signs. Another shot attempt and unstoppable, showing up for that rebound. Gonna put it home, and just like that, I mean, a 2-goal lead is something.
I love that challenge by Odisk. Keens went for a little wave dash to try to push the ball past, and Odisk found the perfect opportunity, 50'd and set it up perfectly for Unstoppable. Fantastic second goal for Tonka, and they're starting to build some insurance.
I mean, they got to keep it up.
Oh, that's an open net. That's another whiff. What? Burnsville? And that'll just be in for Unstoppable? No, not quite. Okay.
Not enough on it. Dorka is able to gather, recompose himself now, going for a goal himself. Odisk going to shut it down, but the follow-up from Keens is not going to happen. Unstoppable slides through for that. Odisk now. They're going to back to midfield. Keens trying to step back up. Challenges the 50. And Itonka showing a much better pace of play so far here through 3.
Absolutely. Keens trying something. Looking for a bump, looking for a demo. Finds it. Dorka shut down by Odisk. That's good team play. I like going out for the bump, but it just wasn't able to commit. Unstoppable. Stopping the Keens' attack here. Dorka takes it low, but Odisk is there for the challenge. And Unstoppable will get a touch to slow it down as he gets taken completely out of the play. Keens.
Ball from Odisk. We're almost approaching the halfway mark here.
Oh, and this is surely a goal. Not quite.
Denied.
Unstoppable.
What an opportunity for Burnsville. They can't put it past them. Right now, this Minnetonka defense has been standing tall.
Absolutely.
For how much longer? How
much
longer?
On Dorka.
A good double.
Just not in position.
Yep.
Or not able to get back. I mean, there's not much they could do there. Burnsville played a very, very good aggressive game there. So I'm not trying to blame Tonka. It's just unfortunate. That's Rocket League.
They're due to get scored on too, with how much pressure was in their zone, right? The amount of opportunities that continuously were coming. Burnsville's too good of a team to not put one of those away. So 1-goal lead, and man, playing with fire right now. Dorka up close.
I like that.
Trying to tie this up.
I think Unstoppable and Odisk, they saw, all right, if we're taking something in front of the net, we have to have someone else in the net. Dorka will try to challenge us. And then when he does, we can take possession off of that. And that was exactly what happened. Good strategy. Unstoppable now, taking it out. Finds a demo on Dorka, and this should just be an open net.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Boom.
Oh,
Tonka.
yeah, it is.
Big
demo, big follow-up. Unstoppable. Dorka playing kind of slow right there. Not respecting that challenge.
Dorka's caught out.
So now down 2, up 2 for the side of Tonka. Burnsville down 2 with 1:38 to play. We'll have to see. No lead is really safe with a squad like Burnsville behind you. So we'll see if Minnetonka can hold on.
Keens challenged, not able to find a shot. Grabs the boost and turns for the 50. Goes wide. Dorka beats Unstoppable. This could be a scoring opportunity. Turned away by Odisk. Keens plays it to the corner. And finds the boost, finds it out. Past Odisk. And Unstoppable's there to slow it down. Bumps onto Dorka.
Ooh, good ball.
That's
just under a minute now remains in game number 3.
That's not a whiff. You can afford
Dorka.
Odisk.
That's so free for Dorka, man. Look at that finesse. All the way in. He's watching the ball go. Perfect gather and hold, and then the drop too, man.
Yep. All
Chef's
off
kiss.
Of Odisk not finding that touch in the air. I mean, you can't be doing that, especially when you're up against Burnsville. They will punish you.
51 seconds now, folks. 1 goal behind Burnsville. Hungry to get it back. Out front, and it's free.
Keens.
It's so free, man. It's just so free.
There.
You have to challenge Jorka. It costs you both your players to go up and do so, and Keens has a free fee to find out front. 3-3, tied up, 41 seconds to play here, game number 3, and it's match point the way of Burnsville. If they find this next goal, Maniac, it might be the nail in the coffin. And that's it. Oh, unstoppable. Saying that there's a chance.
Ooh, past Dorka, too far into the corner. Dorka now playing out from the corner. Down to Keens.
Good
challenge.
Defense. Good ball.
Clanger from Odisk. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hoping
that all is well.
Our stream is frozen.
20 seconds left on the clock. You got to wonder what is
times games OT.
Yeah, either Burnsville won it, Taunton won it. It's in overtime.